If there was a sequel to all of you, what would take place in the sequel?
Yes.
Peter,
well, about a year and a half ago, my agent said that there was an idea floating around that Laurie's character would become the police chief of Valentine's Bluff, and then all of a sudden, the mystery of the legend starts to unfold again, and people start coming up dead, and so the story continues.
After the film was completed, was there ever talk of a sequel to that, or was that before the period where sequels really started kicking in?
I don't think so. I heard sort of vague rumblings about that about 2 years after we finished the film, but I don't think it ever came to fruition, as they say. Yeah. Unless, did anybody else hear anything about that?
I started a rumor myself about a year ago that Tommy Whitcomb became the police /mayor /sheriff, and that he was involved in a polyamorous relationship with all the surviving women at Valentine. And he invited everyone in to do a reality series, and then weirdness happened. And I actually pitched the idea to a local producer, but he said there might be some copyright problems on it because of the original. And I said, well, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm still spreading the rumors. So if you all want to go out and talk about this great sequel that takes place during a reality series where people start dying suddenly, you can take the credit for it. We just want to get the interest out of it.
And in there's a ghost somewhere.
Who else has a question? Right here.
I have two questions actually. Question one, did you guys actually get paid in Moosehead beer? The big question is, has anybody ever been back to the site, to Nova Scotia, to either the bar or pond?
I don't think so. I work with a girl at my job in Toronto who lived in the little town where we shot it after the film was made. I'd like to go back there. Cape Breton's a lovely place. If you ever get a chance to go up there.
I heard that they tore the mind of it, like the laundromat and the bar and something else.
Well, it's been a long time since we did it, but I suspect you'd probably find the town. It hasn't changed a heck of a lot. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. Yeah.
They gave me a choice: either you get paid $25 million or a case of Moosehead beer, and it was a no-brainer. I went for the beer.
Yeah. I also got paid in beer, but there was some trouble with the police when I tried to give them the change.
Who else has a question? Right here.
What was the question?
So could you just speak up a little bit?
No, do we get tired of seeing Valentine's around Valentine's Day? No, gosh, no.
My son, who's 14 now, was born on Valentine's Day.
That's awesome.
There you go, see?
There was a question over here. Yeah.
How hard was it for you to get the movie passed through MPAA?
Oh, you know what? You'd have to ask the director that, but I know that there's some scenes that are in the newly released version that had to be cut out of the original version. So clearly we had some trouble.
The rated version, I mean, the R-rated version even had basically the whole dryer scene in it.
Had the whole what scene in it?
The dryer scene where they shoved the old lady in the dryer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
That was rude.
I'm sorry. I know the director George, who unfortunately couldn't make it here, worked very hard to get it through. He was getting quite frustrated at the end because they asked him to trim a lot more than he wanted to. But that being the realpolitik of it in the day, you know, if in order to get it on the screens, he had to do it. But anybody who's seen the reinstated version knows that there's quite a difference in what you saw on the screens back 28 years ago and the reinstated version. It's quite a different experience.
In the, on the DVD, the newly released one, if you've seen an interview with George, the director, he talks about something that I wasn't even aware of, that we made the movie in the wake of the assassination of John Lennon. And after that event, there was a huge backlash against Hollywood violence. And so George had to wrestle with that when he was cutting the film. Yeah.
Does anyone know, I mean, I know with the reinstated version that came out, they added about 8 minutes of cut scenes back into the film. Is there even more than that? Originally I thought the director had said there was about 20 minutes of film that was cut from it. And I know when the extended version came out, there was about 8 minutes added. And I know at the beginning of when the DVD shows, there's a statement from him saying this is, you know, what his intention of it, to the final cut to be. But was there other scenes that still have not been added into the restored version, do you know?
Yes, Tom's scene in the implement shed where a giant auger goes through him and his girlfriend when they're making love. That scene somehow got lost and they haven't been able to find it because that was an incredible scene that we shot.
All that work, making out all day.
It was a beautiful scene the way we did it, and it's never been seen. There's just the expose of them being found in the room.
Oh, wow. See, I'm learning stuff too.
Okay. Right here.
Was it really difficult to film in the mines? I know you guys are actually in the mines, correct?
Yes.
And was there a lot of like claustrophobic type of, you know, so how was that overall to work with you guys?
Perhaps I could answer. Before we even started filming, I think it was the male cast was flown in ahead of the other cast members because George had wanted the miners to go through the experience of what it was like to actually be in a working mine. And those of us who were chosen, I was actually chosen by accident. The small group went down to the very face of where I think that's the face where...
Yeah, it was in the 22nd Colliery in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, working mine. Sorry, Alf.
So I think we went down something like 2 or 3 miles underground, under the ocean, right to where the coal was, I'll use the word harvested, was being harvested. That's the big wheel was going around, and I'd gone down with only a bandana across my face and my leather jacket, and I came up about an hour or two later, I was completely black. But actually starting off going down the mine, we had to sit in these little boxes, little box cars with a wire that was alive, if I'm correct, and we were warned like not to reach out and touch them, but to just stay in the box. And you're going down this mine and you're bouncing all over, and that was a brand new experience. It wasn't like going down an escalator in Sears or an elevator down here at the hotel. And then to come back up, there were different stages, and along the way we were being educated, being told that this is where the horses would be, and this is where they would be for the rest of their lives, and until it was time for them to be put down under the mine. And they told us how they did that, so we got acquainted with that lifestyle, the way it might have been. I want to fast forward now. So anyway, that was our introduction. Then when we got into the mine, we were also told that we had to be aware that we would be notified if the gas from the mine was making its way forward. Claustrophobic, I don't think I felt that. I don't think any of the other actors or actresses by the time we got into the mine felt that way. But it was cold, and I recall it. I think it zaps. It takes up a lot of energy to be down there. And remember, you know, when we're not filming, we're standing still. We're trying to find a place to get out of the way and stay warm, and yet stay in character the whole time. So I don't claustrophobic. I don't think so.